Hey there YouTube, it's Mountain Man 3225. Well, today's video is kind of an improved video from what I did back in 2013 of how to make a contact on 2 meters. Basically, when I made that first video, there's 3 errors that I didn't see then that I do now. One, I only had the one camera, but I couldn't help that. At the time, I was just kind of getting started in the thing. Two, the editing software, again, couldn't help that very much because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. The editing software was not the greatest. I used it direct from Flip. What I should have done was taken the videos and went to Movie Maker then like I do now. But I didn't know back then what I know now. Can't change that. But anyways, in this video we're going to start out with a basic microphone on the ACFT 2900R. I've got videos about that radio and several other odds and ends about the radio stuff. But we'll start out with the basic Gacy mic, and then I'm going to show y'all what you can do with a VHF rig. Most folks think that this particular mic setup I will be demonstrating as HF work, but VHF sounds just as good with it. And just to help the new hams, we'll run you through a quick basic overview of how you make a call. If you're calling another station, you say their call, then yours, like for example, well, you'll see, maybe we'll call out for one of my friends out there in Radio Land, RF Land, and then I'll just throw out a blanket call and see who we get. So with that, let's roll to the video and let y'all see how this is done with stock setup and aftermarket setup. So let's go. Okay, hang on just a second, y'all. Let me take you off the tripod real quick, and then we'll try and we'll do part of it off the tripod, and then we'll put you back on for a little bit. I want to show you some features of the radio real quick before we get started. So, let's throw our hand in there. Alrighty. Anyway, you'll get the basic gist of the radio as we go, but this is basically how the 2900 comes out of the box. Just the basic hand mic with a bunch of different assorted buttons, but your owner's manual will tell you all about what those do. And then of course you got your radio. So we're going to start with the stock mic. I've got my mic gain set about a little past midway, so on 6. Now this is how you make a call. N4DME KK4RQO. That's if you're going to call a station. Give it a few seconds, then call again to the station you're calling. In my case, it's N4DME. N4DME KK4RQO. And then if you don't get a response, you can either say KK4RQO in my case, that's my call, KK4RQO. But you can say your call monitoring or your call clear. In my case, I'm going to say clear and go to another repeater. So, KK4RQO clear. We'll flip down here to another one called Stone Mountain. And also, I'm going to add in a little extra here that I didn't do on the other video. If y'all want to look up the W4BOC repeater, it'll say a top Stone Mountain on Echolink. Y'all can catch me on that repeater sometimes. I'm on this one pretty regular. So now this is what you want to do if you're just monitoring, and then we'll go into my other mic setup here in just a little bit. KK4RQO monitoring. So you'll throw your call out and monitoring, and that's all you got to do.
KK4RQO KM4 VHS.
And that's how you do it. You say the other person called back to yours. KM4VHF, KK4RQO, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Right now we're running a friend home.
Roger on that. Well, I'm sitting back here at the old shack. I'm having to do a little work for YouTube. There's been a lot of folks kind of writing comments on a video I had on how to make a contact on 2 meters. Saying the music was a bad selection, basically, to put in a nutshell. I said, well, and I thought to myself, said, I'll just make a new and improved video, so that's what we're doing today.
Okay, have fun with that.
Roger, yeah, we will. I'm hoping it gets a lot more folks interested to just see how easy it is to get on the air. But, yeah, like I say, the other one was kind of an interesting project, but hopefully everybody will get a little more use out of this one than they did the other one, because I've got a little more information. Actually, I'm running the camera right now, so I couldn't get somebody on the local repeater, so I thought, well, if I'll jump down to Stone Mountain, there's always someone on there.
Yeah, I went out to my truck and found my Mighty Wolf. One of the limbs fell off.
Roger on that. Well, I'll be back here in a little while. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up and get all this stuff squared away for the viewing audience there. And we'll be back here to kind of just rag chew for the rest of the afternoon. If you'll be around here in about another 30 minutes, so I'll be back on the repeater here shortly.
EW4BOV repeater.
Okay, I'm about to head in Walmart anyways. KM4 VHF, clear on your final.
Roger, this is KK4RQO, clear, and QRT. Anyhow.
Cody, this is KM4EQS. I catch you before you QRT.
And that's just how easy it is to do it. KM4EQS, go ahead. It's KK4RQO, still rolling the camera.
Hey, I was just doing a short trip up to this little country grocery store. Forgot my girlfriend wanted some Silver Queen corn tonight while we grill out. Anyway, so I was like very short when short time on the air when I called out earlier. I don't know if you were answering me or talking to someone else.
Well, I talked to KM4VHF just a few minutes ago, if that's when you're referring. Of course, that's when I turned the radio on. I hadn't had it on all day there. But, yeah, we was talking to KM4VHF. I'm actually doing a new and improved video on how to make contact on 2 meters. Since they lifted the restriction on the time limit, this one's going to be a little bit lengthy, but should have a lot more information to it than the other one I did.
Roger, okay. No, I was just, I heard you in there and wanted to jump in. Are you going to be on the term track tonight?
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise and the antenna don't get blown over, we're going to be on there. That's kind of a Saturday night tradition for us up here in the backwoods. This is KK4RQO. And then you always throw your ID out every so often.
Okay, I'm only a short drive away from home, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. But I'll talk to you later on tonight when I'm on the net. And looking forward to talking to you there. All right, man. This is KM4EQS. KK4... I hope I get your call sign right. KK4RQO. Is that right?
Roger, you got to just remember, really quick operator. And I'll let you know, I'm actually going to have this video up here later on this evening, so I will give you the heads up when that's up there on the channel. If I don't remember if you're subscribed to the channel or not, but if you are, you'll see the video and you can hear yourself through the old 2900 about 80 some odd miles away from the repeater.
Very good, Cody. Okay. Hey, you have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you on the net tonight. This is KM4EQS. I'll QRT.
Roger on that. This is KK4RQO, also clear, and QRT. 7-3s. Catch you tonight. Anyways, so that's basically all you've got to do. And QRT means you're clear. Clear but monitoring means you're finished with your conversation with the other party you were speaking with, but you're still listening out for others if they want to call you. So that's the basic gist of it. Now, you have to excuse the mess, you know, in the rest of the table here, but I'm going to show you what I use when I'm not using the stock mic. We'll start by flipping this switch right here. Excuse me. Like I said, you have to excuse the mess. We're going to throw, this switch right here where my finger is. Now power that up, which I showed y'all this in a previous video, but we finally have it perfected. We have a mixer board, the W2IH white band EQ with noise gate, which I think I've already showed y'all this in a previous video on the HF rig, and of course the voice processor. So what we're going to do is actually two things, which one of them you won't be able to see that well, but after we get everything set up here, we're going to put you on the tripod so I can have a hand free. Let's see here. I'm going to try and get you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, and I don't remember how to get to the dimmer on this thing, but we're going to go to mic gain. See, with the stock mic, I run it at 6, but since this mic is so touchy, we're going to run you at 1. And we'll exit out of the menu, unhook the cord, and we're going to take this little adapter here, zoom out just a tad. This is made by Handmade Parts Less. I forget the gentleman's collar off the top of my head, but he made this up. This is specifically wired for Yaesu to a 4-pin, and that's all I had to do. So we're going to go ahead and plug this back into here. Excuse me for a minute. Anyways, so we're going to do that. We got it done. And then of course it's the same old, same old. You got your, let me see if I can find it here. I'm sorry, it's kind of dark. There we go. You got your foot pedal there. That's what you use to key the radio with. Same as on the HF rig. And of course, there's your mic. So let me cut the camera for a minute, and we're going to put you on the tripod, and I'll come back and I'm going to go to a simplex frequency to demonstrate something for you that makes the studio setup so much more incredible. So stand by. Okay, anyways, I'm going to show you a little something here. Is the reason why the studio mic is much better than the stock mic. This is what the studio mic sounds like. Now the monitor I've got running is a little Baofeng UV5RA. Does not do it justice, but I'll give you an idea. KK4 RQO testing. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. KK4 RQO test. 1 2. Excuse me. Now that is just general talking, and it sounds really good and folks likes it. I like it. But the thing that makes it really special is the fact that I can inject audio through the same system. Now you're not supposed to run music and all that jazz on amateur radio, but what you can do is run news that pertains to amateur radio. I've already had this checked and it is correct that you can do that. Now what I basically use, let me roll you around here for a minute. Actually, you know what? Instead of rolling the tripod around, let me take you back off the tripod for a minute so I can, well, we'll just roll you around like this for a minute. Anyways, I basically take a RCA to 3.5mm plug wire harness and hook that up to the mixer board. I'll take you off for a minute and I'll show you that, and then we'll put you back on and I'll hook up my phone with a little video for Amateur Newsline. It's kind of hard to see it because of the light, but we'll see what we can do here. Anyways, I'm sorry y'all can't see this, but there we go. I wasn't sure. There we go. See if we can try to point you in the right direction. You can probably see them there. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to see, but anyways, we'll point it out to you. If you look right in here where my hand is, these two plugs right here, that's the RCA in. So we're gonna go ahead and set you back up on the camera, and then we'll do audio injection into the radio and let you hear that. So stand by. All right, now we'll grab our, excuse me here, grab our harness, once I find it in all this cluster of wire. Kind of embarrassing that I had to drop the harness when I needed it the most. Anyways, now I'm not going to run a full out broadcast. I'm just going to run just a short snippet. So here we go. Okay, Google. Amateur Newsline full episode. Alright, give me just 1 second here. I'm going to have to make sure that we don't have any kind of commercials playing before I hook this up. So, just have to bear with me for just a minute. That'll work. So basically, you just pull your file. You'll watch it first to make sure there's no... Now it's a little different. Excuse me there. Okay, here we go. I basically just cranked the volume up on the phone. Hit my little foot pedal here, which y'all saw earlier, and it sounds a little something like this.
Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2029. These are the Ham Nation headlines. Wednesday, September 21st, 2016. This is a special report on the huge announcement out of Washington, D.C. The House of Representatives passed H.R. 1301, otherwise known as the Amateur Radio Parity Act. Al Brown, WD9GCO, has more. Measure now goes to the Senate for similar discussion and vote. Well,
anyways, you can catch that on YouTube, but Amateur Newsline's a good place to go for all your amateur news stuff. But that's just a little side note of something you can do if your net will permit you to do it. So, I hope this video helped y'all. As always, hang on just 1 second here. Let me get everything situated here. Excuse me, I'm trying to do this one-handed. But at least it won't have the bad music. Anyways, I hope this video helped y'all out. I tried my best with what I have. It is a lot better, I can say for myself, than the first run I made at it. But it is a little lengthier. But anyways, as always, I hope y'all enjoyed this. To everybody who did not like the previous video I did on this topic, I hope this is an improvement. Please let me know. Had a lot more information in it. So anyways, with that, this is Mountain 3225 Kilo 4 Relay Quick Operator, your friend in the amateur community, saying please rate, comment, subscribe, and please, any hams that are watching this, I'm going to look this up right now for you before I sign off. You have to excuse the squeakage. Please, if you are not in the Georgia area and can hit the Stone Mountain Repeater from your location, I ask you, come to W4 Whiskey 4 Bravo Oscar Charlie -R. We have a thing called the Turnip Net. It starts at 10:30 for early check-ins. Please come in and tell them Cody sent you, or Really Quick Operator sent you, whichever you prefer. I wish y'all would, just so I can see how many hams are watching this, how many new hams, you know. But when you look for it on Echolink, it will say Atop Stone Mountain. It'll have it abbreviated, MTNGA, is what you'll see in the little description below it. But Whiskey 4 Bravo Oscar Charlie -R is what you want to look for. Please join us tonight. It would just mean the world to me to know. Actually, it'd mean the world to me for you to come in, if for nothing else, to tell me direct. I mean, I love writing, responding to comments, but I'd love to talk to people who actually watch the videos, So, if you're not already familiar with the TurnipNet, and I've not already spoken with you on that repeater, please come on in. We'd be more than appreciative for you to join in and get your recognition officially as a turnip. So, with that, this is Mountain Man 3225 saying, until next time, keep your antennas high, the band's going, and help your neighbors get into the radio with you. 7 3s. Till next time, this is Mountain Man 3225, clear.